Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Sales Mastery TV. I'm your host, Chatty Bazzi, a real estate coach and trainer, and I'm on a mission to help you master the art of selling so you can take more listings than you are right now, sell more homes much faster than you ever have, work less, and build a business by design. A business you absolutely love that gives you the money, time, and freedom that you deserve. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello there, this is Chatty Bazzi and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Success Mastery TV, where every single week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we bring you a brand new episode teaching you anything and everything that you need to learn so you can have a very successful real estate business. And this week, I am very excited to be featuring one of my amazing coaching clients by the name of Adrian Hernandez.
Thank
So
you,
without further ado, Mr. Adrian, tell them who you are, where you work, and who are you?
Well, thank you for having me on the podcast.
You're so welcome.
I definitely appreciate it. My name is Adrian Hernandez, and I'm a realtor here at Intero Real Estate of Ranch Cucamonga.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got into the business when I was about 21 years old, and I'm 23 now.
Okay, so 23, Michael Jordan's number, so 23 is a good number. This is a good year for you. That number is a really awesome. So you got involved in the business when you were 21.
21.
So
correct.
basically 2 years in the business. And let's take people through your journey.
Okay.
When you were, let's say, 20, 21, what were you doing before you got involved in real estate?
I was going to be a firefighter. I was going to get my EMT. I was in the process of actually doing the interview process for LA County.
Mm-hmm.
In that, I started noticing a couple of things. And that was one thing being able to have the life I've always imagined, I couldn't have it being a firefighter.
Okay.
And only that, too, it just didn't feel right. So I would say when I was about 20 years old, I broke off, and at that point, I decided I'm going to do real estate, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm diving into it, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm gonna be successful in it. So I made a decision then.
Okay, so you just left the whole idea of being a firefighter to get involved in real estate.
Correct.
Was that like an easy decision for you, or did you have to think about it? Was there a transitional period? Tell us about that.
For me, it was easy. The main problem was that my parents wanted me to be a firefighter.
Okay.
So it was in their best interest for me to follow that path, and
Okay.
I wasn't seeing it. That was the only difficult thing. Besides the fact that I didn't know when I was going to get paid, that was the other aspect of it. But for the most part, it was a pretty simple decision for me to make. I knew that I wanted to do it.
Awesome. And did you immediately go get your license? I know a little bit about you, and I want you to share, some things that I know that they don't know that I feel like they should know.
Yeah.
I heard earlier, I was at a meeting that you were at, and one of the things that Danny mentioned is that you were doing some kind of assistant work here or something like that. Can you talk about that and the transition?
Mm-hmm. Right when Danny opened the doors of Intero Ranch Cucamonga, I was probably like the third employee. And I came aboard. I didn't know anything. I wasn't licensed at the time. And I pretty much said, what do I need to do? He gave me and another agent here a stack of flyers and said, go door knock. We didn't know what exactly we were doing. We just went and door knocked. And it came back, and I was hunting for the business, but I wasn't getting paid. Mm-hmm. So it then came down to a point where I needed to make a decision. So I started applying for banks, which was going to take me out of the business. At that point, Danny said, well, I need an assistant. Come aboard. I can't pay you much. I can maybe pay you like $200 a month, if that. He goes, but I just need you to help me out. And so I said, well, that's better than nothing. All I need to do is get gas and eat. Let's do it. And so I pretty much signed up. I think it was like $250 every other week or something like that I was getting paid.
And you were what, 21 at that time?
I was 21 at the time.
Okay, so about 21 years old, okay, you get involved in real estate, you go out there and door knock, things do not go your way. Mm-hmm. And what you did is you started to apply for work.
Exactly.
And then Danny's like, why don't you come work for me? I'll give you, a couple $100 every other week or whatever, $500,000 a month, whatever. Okay. And you were like, okay, well, I only need enough money to, eat, gasoline, and basic necessities, and that would be enough for you.
That was enough for me.
So, and you and I never had this conversation.
No, we haven't.
I've not, like, I really didn't know the details of this,
Yeah.
and as your coach, maybe I should have, but I definitely want to dive deep on this right now. So, in my mind, when I hear something like that, I know exactly where you're at right now, but where you used to be, did that kind of feel like you were giving up? Did it feel like you're putting your real estate dreams on hold? Did that discourage you?
Yeah.
Because the reason I'm asking you that question is because there's someone out there right now who is trying their tail off to put a transaction together, trying to build up their business, trying to make ends meet, and they're one decision away from, either throwing in the towel or really having a major breakthrough. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to go get another job. That was the last thing I wanted to do. I didn't want to plug myself into the matrix, if that's what they say. But I was like in no way, shape, or form headed towards that. And so with me, it was, I knew what this business can bring. I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it happen. Not only that, but all the stories. And so when I saw what it can bring, I knew the potential. It would have been my life would never be on the right path if I went and worked somewhere else. There would have been no way. So for those people that are right there about to make that decision, don't even think about it. Just go for it and know and have faith into the business. I mean, it's one of the most extraordinary businesses.
Right. But you kind of like went for it.
Yeah.
But it was inside the office.
Exactly.
So how did that? I mean, tell me a little bit about what did that feel like? I want to know what you felt like having to do that. Did you feel like here's what I'm trying to get to. Did you feel like, this is like a transitional step for me? Did you feel like, well, maybe this is not right for me. Let me do this for a while and try to figure things out. I mean, I just want to get into your head and really know exactly what that was like for you.
For me, it was, I would have felt like I would have felt like a loser to myself. I would have felt like if I lost to myself, if I would have went and worked somewhere else.
Okay.
To me, this was my only opportunity.
Okay.
And to know that I would have had to go and apply and have to go work under an organization that I didn't want to work for.
Yeah.
That was, you talk about disappointment. That was beyond disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, you knew that getting a job right here, at least part-time or whatever, assisting Danny, was a transitional step for you.
I knew that would have helped me be able to learn what I need to learn to be a top producer.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So 2 years ago, this was literally 2 years ago. Okay. So 2 years ago, you were making, I don't know, $600-$700 a month, $800 a month?
If that.
Okay, if that. And I'm just curious, I know you're making money now, but I don't have the specific number. How much money did you make last month?
Oh, shoot. Close to like $35,000.
Wow. The guy was making 2 years ago $500-$600 a month. He made $30,000+ just last month.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask the magic question. Have you accepted your greatness? I mean, have you accepted your greatness? What does it feel like to make $30,000 in 1 month?
Yeah. It's funny, you and I have had this conversation. At first, I wasn't accepting my greatness.
Yeah.
Now I am. I can see how powerful I am. I can see exactly what it is that you can do the moment that you declare it.
Yeah.
You believe in yourself and you have the intention to do it. I mean, it's completely different than how I used to feel, and the clarity is just so much more.
Right. So 2 years ago, would you have thought that you would be making the kind of money that you're making right now?
I thought it. I didn't believe it. I thought, oh well, one day I'll get to 250. One day I'll make $30,000 a year. Or I'm sorry, I thought $30,000 a month. One day that'll happen, but I didn't truly ever think it would.
Yeah.
It would come true.
So what made it happen? I mean, what would you contribute your success to? First of all, let me answer part of that. Number one is that you are in a great environment.
Yeah.
You work for a firm that is one of the best firms in my opinion, in the world. You're under the great leadership of Mr. Danny Morrell, another great leader. Okay, so besides that, what has been, the contributing factor to you getting to where you're at right now? Because it didn't happen overnight. It took 2 years.
Yeah, of course. The people I surrounded myself with. You know, they always say you're an average of the 5 people you hang out
Yeah.
with. And I didn't realize that until I really started hanging out with top producers and
Yeah.
people that were making money. And it really, it took my mindset to a completely different level, because
Yeah.
I saw that to them making $100,000 was normal. You
Yeah.
know, to them making $50,000 in 1 month was normal.
Yeah.
And to see that and to be around it and to have those people around me and to say, Adrian, no, you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. Calling me
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock in the morning. Where are you? You're here. The accountability,
Yeah.
the people that you align yourself with is extremely important. If not, you'll end up, you know, you end up at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's how unfortunate things happen.
Yeah.
And as you know, I see a lot of kids get out of high school and, you know, they go through this path, and it's the path of, well, I'm not too sure what direction I'm going to go in, so I'm just going to go with it, right?
Mhm.
And there's no ever guidance, and they always hang out with the same people they've hung out with since high
Right.
school, which goes to show, I mean, they're probably doing the same thing that they were 4 years ago that they're doing
Yeah.
now, and they're probably all hanging out with the same people that
Yeah.
they're still hanging out with.
Yeah.
And I saw that, you know, I saw that out there, and I didn't want to be like that. And I had asked Danny, you know, what exactly do I need to do? And he said, you need to draw a line down a sheet of paper, and on the left side, put all the people that you need to take out of your life immediately that do not inspire you. And on the right hand side, write down all the people that inspire you and that motivate you to do better, and hang out with them more
Yeah.
often.
Yeah, I think that sums it all up in a little quick sentence, that you are a product of your environment. We're not just talking about your office space. We're not just talking about your car, your home, etc. It's the people that you hang out with. Like he said, you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. You know, great Jim Rohn, what's it called? And talking about that, you know, on my drive over here, okay, you know, I was driving with my son over here to, you know, come and meet with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling my son that, you know, earlier today, here, there was like a little celebration, and there was like a luncheon. And with this luncheon came, you know, some good looking, good smelling food. I seen it.
Yes.
Okay. And then, you know, I was looking for you, and I came into your office, and there was you, Nick, and Gabriel, and all 3 of you were not eating the food that was outside.
Of course.
You guys had like your own meals.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that these 2 people are 2 people that are part of your daily environment.
They are, yes.
Okay. So that right there just verifies that you are a product of your, you know, the 5 people that you hang out with. If you're hanging out with people that are eating not so good food, then you're going to eat not so good food. And if you're hanging out with people, so basically that right there is, it doesn't just impact your business, it impacts every area of your life. Okay. So you're 23 now, you're going to make over $200,000 this year. Okay. Where's your business coming from?
Right now, a lot of my business is coming from expireds.
Okay.
I had a lot come from open houses that I was doing. Open houses I don't do so much anymore. It's mainly calling.
Okay.
I get most of my business from cold calling.
Okay, so you get most of your business from cold calling expireds, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to give people an idea of how much time you spend on the phones and or door knocking or whatever you do, can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it so people can get an idea?
Yeah. I would say the number one thing that I implement would be your morning routine, and that's the strongest, call it, portion of the entire day.
Okay.
Reason being is because within that period is where I'm searching for business, and so when I am aligned. Well, let's just take it from the beginning.
Why don't we do this? Why don't
Yeah.
you just run us through, you know, what you do, like from the moment you wake up to the moment you break for lunch?
So I wake up about 4 o'clock. I'm
Wow.
at the gym about 4:30. From 4:30 to about 5:30, we hit weights. So
Okay.
it's either chest, it's some sort of body part. Between 5:30 and 6 for 30 minutes, I do cardio.
Okay.
And then at 6 o'clock, I head home.
Okay.
At home, I have some sort of audio that's playing on the surround sound in my house, so that
Okay.
that's going. I'm able to listen to that as I'm getting ready. I'm saying my affirmations. The moment I'm done getting ready, I shoot to the office. I journal down 5 things I'm grateful for. I journal down the 3 things that made me happy, and then I also write down what I'm expecting to earn, which is 3 times which is 3 times of what I am normally used to making.
Okay.
So in this case, I am earning $1 million a year.
Nice.
Or more. I put that or more, so I don't
Or
cap
more,
myself.
or something better, or more. I like that, yeah.
Exactly. I write that 30 times. Right after that, I go straight into role play.
Okay.
Mondays, I host the role play here at Intero, which is nice because I get to contribute to the other agents that can use a little bit of fine tuning. And then right after that, between 8:30 and 11 o'clock, I'm on the phones every single day.
So basically a good 8:30, 11:30, so basically 3 hours. Now, there's something here that I want everyone to really get. See, because there's a lot of people that do spend 2-3 hours a day on the phones.
Of course.
But may not be creating the kind of results that you're creating. And I believe the reason being is that what happens prior to you getting on the phones.
Exactly.
And you just took us through a routine where you're obviously working on your physical being, which is giving you energy and vitality, and it's making you feel good.
Of course.
You're doing affirmations. You're writing down your goals, reminding yourself of what it is that you're committed to and why you got to endure whatever pain there is to endure, in making the phone calls. So you're getting your mind ready. You're getting your body ready. And then you're contributing and giving back and doing role playing. That means you're practicing the art of becoming a person of influence.
Of course.
And then you get on the phones.
And then I get on the phones.
Now, do you set an appointment every single day?
I don't, but for the most part, they can feel my energy. And
Okay.
they feel the difference between me versus the other agents that are on the phone.
Okay. All right. So you don't set an appointment every single day?
Oh, no.
Okay.
There's times that I go.
Okay. There's many days. So let's put it this way. If you're prospecting, let's say 20 days a month, are there more days where you set an appointment or more days where you don't?
There's more days that I don't.
Okay, so there's more days that he doesn't. The reason I'm asking him that question, and by the way, if you've been watching all these, podcasts, nothing is ever rehearsed. We just, go with the flow. The reason I'm asking that question is because there's a lot of people that will do, they're prospecting every single day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and they don't set an appointment like, oh, I made a couple of hundred contacts, and, the survey says, I should have already set an appointment and I didn't, so this doesn't work, it's all BS, whatever, and they give up.
Yeah.
But see, as a top producing agent, he's already, identified that the real fact is there's going to be more days that he's not going to create the result than the days that he is going to create the result. So what I'm trying to get to here is a point that I want to share with you. I'm sorry to take the interview off of you. I think, we want to help. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And the point that I'm trying to get to is the following. A lot of people, what they do is they measure their success by the results that they create every single day. And I always tell all my coaching clients, including yourself, I say, look, it's not about the results that you're creating every single day. It's about the effort that you're putting in. Look, if you woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you woke up, if you did your affirmations, you written down your goals, you worked on your body, you got your energy, your vitality, you did your role play, you practiced the art of selling, and then you did your 3 hours of prospecting, and you didn't create the result, you did everything you possibly could. Exactly. If anything, you should give yourself a pat on the back and say, hey, man, I'm proud of you because you did your job today. Yeah. Today is one of the days that you're not going to create the result, but every day that you don't create a result, you're one day closer to the day that you do create a result.
Exactly.
And that's been your mentality, hasn't it?
It has. And what's been huge is that the day that I don't set an appointment, I'm that more excited to get on the phone the next day because I know that appointment's coming.
Yeah.
And so it makes it even more exciting.
Yeah.
So there's times I finish at 12 o'clock and I'm like, cool, can the next morning come because I want to set an appointment.
Yeah. So now I'm going to dive into a completely different topic, okay? And this is easy for me because I know you personally. Okay. 2 years ago.
Yes.
Did you believe in yourself?
No.
Okay. A year ago, did you believe in yourself as much as you believe in yourself right now?
No.
3 months ago, did you believe in yourself as much as you believe in yourself right now?
No.
Okay. Right now, as we are speaking, as we are recording this, do you believe in you?
I do.
You do?
I do.
So what I want to know, because I'm going to record another video about this in a future episode when I talk about this, is there's a big difference between knowing you can do something and actually believing that you can do something.
I agree.
So now you are in a space of, Shadi, I believe that who I am is a great individual, a man of contribution, a top producer, someone who's going to make $1 million. You believe that, and I know you believe that. But the reason I wanted to really bring this up, Adrian, is because I remembered, I think this was 6-7 months ago. Was it 6-7 months ago when I saw you at the office?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And I was like, I saw this little kid, and I call you a little kid with all respect, you know. Because you're one of the younger guys. And I'm like, this guy, because I saw your commitment level, and I seen the way, your dress code changed, your physical being, you began to look different. Your energy began to be different. I saw you doing something that you never used to do before. You were like, showcasing yourself, role playing in front of everybody. And you were doing so good. And do you remember what I said to you?
I do.
I said to you, you are the next millionaire from this office. Because I know, I've been on 20,000, one-on-one coaching calls. I've worked with people from all over the country. I know who's going to make it. I know who's not going to make it. And I said that to you. But here's the question. The reason I'm asking you this question is I want to know, in that moment, did I believe in you more than you believed in yourself?
You did. Yeah.
Okay.
You did absolutely.
Okay. So I want to know is, did my saying that to you have any impact on you at all?
It did, and we ended up having a conversation about it afterwards because you said, I believe that there are people that see you as a higher being than you see yourself.
Yeah.
And when you said that statement, it stuck to me. And I went home and I looked at myself in the mirror for a couple of hours, and I had a hard time accepting that.
Yeah.
I had a hard time filling out my own skin.
Yeah.
And it made me think about it so much that I was willing to do anything and everything in order for me to get into my own skin.
Yeah.
And even 3 months ago, I was getting there, I was right there, and the mind starts, playing little tricks on you, and it starts twiddling, and then boom, it just, I don't want to say it fully snapped because it's never going to 100%, it's always going to be there. However, I engaged and I saw exactly what it is that you were speaking of, and I was like, whoa.
So obviously, the way I look at it is, number one, I see it for me as a turning point for our relationship. That moment was a turning point for our relationship. I'm not sure if that was a turning point for our relationship or you or not, but that really doesn't matter because you've already gotten to the turning point and you are now doing more of the things that you want to do, etc. Okay, and I'm personally very, very, very proud of you. Okay, that's why I wanted to share you with the world because there's a lot of people that are going to be touched, impacted, and inspired as a result of this. And I just want to thank you very much for that. And then the next question is, I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm going to ask you, for you to answer any question you want, say anything you want. Just speak freely. Talk to the people. Look, there's someone watching this podcast right now and or listening to this podcast or listening to it on YouTube or wherever, however you're finding this information. There's someone out there, okay, who wants to go to the next level. And next level for them could be, maybe one extra deal a month, maybe it's one extra deal a quarter. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just extra on top of what they're doing right now. And the only thing that's going to take them to the next level is what you're going to say next.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell that person?
I had this question. My brother asked me the other day. He says, "What would there be one thing that you can tell me?" And I said, "To establish a vision, a code, something that you want, and something that you want now. A solid vision, and in whatever that case may be. If it's how many transactions you want to do, if it's what do you want your personal self to look like, what do you want your personal self to feel like, what type of clothes you want to wear, to anything. Really have it down, put it on paper. I created a vision board 2 years ago. That vision board, I have checked everything off. At the beginning of this year, I was able to check every single thing off on my vision board. And when I saw that come to life, guys, that was another huge breaking point in my life, is because it made me believe 10 times more. Yeah. And when I saw it, I literally looked at it, and me and my girlfriend were staring at it, and she's like, that's the car, that's the place, like that's everything. And I go, it is. Like it was. And so one thing I can tell you guys is get a vision and know where you're going. And not only that, but don't be attached to that vision, because last year it wasn't going in that direction, but somehow the universe made it change, and here I am. And I wasn't attached to it. I saw it every day. I knew where I was going, and I just kept going for it.
Awesome. So there's someone out there that's heard this advice before, which is great advice. Yeah. But they don't know how to put a vision together. Mm-mm. Can you give them advice about how you put your vision together and how they can do the same exact thing? I
know you guys have heard this a lot also. It's a dream board. A lot of people say create a dream board. And that's what I started with. Reason being is because when they said write a vision, I honestly didn't know what you guys were talking about.
And that's exactly why I'm, I want to get very clear on this and very specific, Because, you know, we don't want to give somebody half of the puzzle. We want to give them the complete puzzle.
The complete puzzle, exactly. So as far as writing it, like word for word, I didn't know what to do there. So I thought, what's the easiest thing to come to me? Pictures. So I think it was like 12 pictures of what I wanted to happen in the next year. And it was a picture of a white BMW. It was a picture of me walking away from debt. It was a picture of me being on top of a podium with people below me, me showing as a leader. Mm-hmm. There was a picture of a bunch of houses with sold signs on them showing that I'm actually now listing property. At that point, I hadn't listed a single property. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I had done like two buyer sales. And so I really narrowed it on what I wanted, and I just put it on the stream board. It wasn't even organized. It was just kind of on there, and I saw it on there, and I go, this is what I want every day. And it took me looking at that to put that into words. And every single day that I would look at that, it would expand on it, and I would be like, well, I can see that in this. And then I would want that type of rims on there. Or the house I saw, I wanted to be $500,000. And I really started playing with it a lot more and using my own imagination for it, and that's what really helped me. And from there, I was able to sit down and then write an actual 5-year vision.
Awesome. So begin with pictures?
Begin with pictures. Begin with tear out. You know what's funny? If you go to my bedside right now, there is a picture of a Aston Martin. There's an Aston Martin Vanquish, and if you flip it over, it's from a magazine, and if you flip it over, it's a Range Rover Sport that I eventually want to buy for the family. So on both sides, and I have it right there, right next to my bedside, and there's a Success magazine right next to it. So every day when I get up, I pull that picture, I look at it, and I'm like, well, it's from a magazine. It's not something I printed, it's just something that I saw, and that keeps it even more real every day.
Awesome. And I just did a video about this like last week, which we'll put in the show notes. So make sure you go to shaddybazzy.com, and we'll put in the show notes where a link for people to see this other video where I give them specific step-by-step instructions on how to grade that. And for me, that was a turning point in my life too, when I started to write down my vision, and us, me, Danny, Vinny, and Kevin and Jason at 4:30 in the morning would be reading our visions every single morning, and then it just started popping and coming to life. I know what it's done for me, but I want them to know what it's done for you, because I want people to get that it's not just about writing it down. No. It's not just about having a picture. No. I mean, having the pictures and having a vision and writing doesn't necessarily mean that your vision is going to become a reality, does it?
No, not at all. And
so what should they do once they have that dream board, okay, and once they have their vision in writing, what should they do next?
So then the next step, after I put that together, then I had started envisioning what it would feel like in that car. I started visualizing what the air would smell like walking into that house, or how I would feel knowing that I had no more debt.
So how do you do that? When you say I envision that, I mean, how do you do that? I mean,
I would literally, and I kid you not, I would sit at the table and I would hold the vision like this. It was on a, it's in a frame, and I would look at, for instance, the car, and I would just start to let my imagination just kind of, imagine me driving the car, and then I would look at the debt, and I would imagine me not getting any more, debt collection letters in the mail. And I just simply use it like the children. How kids are always using their imagination? I was just using my imagination. I put myself in dreamland for 5 or 10 minutes a day, and I would just envision what it would feel like, and it would be cool. Or if I would be driving by and I would see something that reminded me of the vision, I would look at it and I would stop, and I would get in front of it, and I would be like, okay, this is what it is. Or if I saw a house that I eventually wanted to move into, I would walk into the home if it was for sale, see what it smelled like, look around. I started putting myself in those positions, and then for debt free, which this one was a little bit crazy, is that I would use my imagination to see that I had no more debt, but every day I would write down, I am debt free. I am debt. So as like part of like my affirmation, and that was pretty good also.
So basically, you would envision yourself. You'd put yourself through that experience every single day.
Every single day. Yeah.
So. Did you just put yourself there visually or emotionally, and then you would write it down, like you turn it into affirmations?
Yeah, I'll turn it into affirmations. Yeah, I would see it. If I could feel it, I would feel it. And then for the most part, it was imagination. But if I can ever experience it, then I would go in and experience it. For instance, the car, I would go and test drive the car.
Now, do you believe that had anything to do with you becoming who you are right now?
I think it did, because it really made me. It made my imagination get that much more bigger. Not only that, it made me believing in the imagination to be so much bigger.
Okay, I think the key word is believing.
Yeah.
Okay, And the reason I say keyword is believing, and I'm going to do a video about this later on, is because there's a big difference between knowing and believing. There's a lot of people that know, because this is a very common question that I've been getting a lot. People say, well, Shadi, I already know what to do. I just don't know why I don't do it.
Of course.
And the reason being is because you know and you don't believe. So that's going to be a completely different conversation in a video that we'll do about that. But the belief system. So basically, I want to make sure that they all want to recap the steps. Step number one, create a dream, create a vision, cut out pictures, etc. See it, okay? And then you want to go ahead and write it down.
Write it down.
Okay, should they write down their vision for, a year in advance, 3 years in advance, 5 years in advance? Is there right, wrong? Does it matter? Is there a beginning, an end?
I think you can agree to this. I don't think there's really necessarily a necessary timeline to put on it, or when to write it. I did something that was very simple. I just wrote 1 year, I wrote a 5 year, and I have a 10 year.
Oh, good.
So
okay.
I know where I want to be next year. I know where I want to be 5 years from now, and I
Yeah.
know where I want to be 10 years from now.
Yeah. And let's take it a step further. I think you want to know, where you want to be next month, because now we're doing something completely different.
Yes, the month intentions.
Okay. So now we're doing it for, your vision for the month as well too. We'll put up a link in the show notes at shadybazzy.com. So make sure you go there and download the other video about the vision. All right. So then they write down the vision, and then you said read the vision every single day.
Read it every day.
Okay, and then visualize it, emotionalize it every single day.
Visualize it, imagine it.
Okay. What else? Is that enough? I mean, do they need to take any other kind of action, or?
Well, yeah, you got to believe in it.
Okay.
You really have to buy into this is what your life is going to be.
How does someone buy into that? How did you buy into that?
I bought into it by seeing. That's a good question you asked me, because a lot of people would say, well, this person kind of helped me buy into it, or this person kind of helped me buy into it. I got to a point where I was tired of being tired, if that made sense. And I kind of just said, this is what this is what I want. This is where I see myself. This is where I know I belong, and I'm going to just give myself up, and this is what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do everything that's humanly possible in order to get that.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was just releasing all those barriers that I had that was holding me back.
Yeah.
Our minds tend to be negative, prophesizing future machines.
Yeah.
And we're always consistently thinking about, the negative.
Yeah.
And so the moment that I just removed that and said, no, this is what my life is going to be. I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
This is what this is it. That's it.
Yeah.
And I forfeited to it. I gave it up, and I said,
Yeah.
I'm believing.
And I was setting you up for that question. And the reason being is earlier in the interview, I asked you the question, did you believe in yourself 3 months ago as much as you did right now? And your response was no.
Yeah, no.
So basically what I want everybody to get here, okay, is that just about almost like every single day, you have that little much more belief in yourself than you did the day or 2 days before.
Exactly.
And I know exactly why that is. That is because of the consistency of being connected to the dream. See, I guarantee you that there's a lot of you out there that might write down a vision or might write down a goal and say, I want to do this, or I want to earn that, or I want to experience this. And then there's going to be a knee-jerking reaction. Like your mind is going to say, come on, man. You drive a BMW?
Yeah.
You ain't got to drive a BMW. No way. A part of the
You're right.
brain is going to say that to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, as you begin to take a look at that picture every single day, as you begin to read that vision every single day, what happens is you begin to buy into it.
You do.
You begin to believe it. And there's a saying out there that, there's a line that's saying that if you tell a lie enough, you eventually begin to believe your own lies. And this is exactly one of the things, I teach my clients, say, hey, let's lie our way to success.
Exactly.
Let's tell ourselves every single day that we are millionaires until we become millionaires, because eventually you begin to believe it. So that's exactly what it is. That's why I wanted you to recap the steps. Look, here's what I want you to do, and make sure you do it now, okay? I want you to just look for every single magazine you have in your home. Just take a look at them. Any picture that you feel like, oh, I want this, I want that, just cut it out, etc. Put them up on a dream board, put them up on a dream board, then, write down, where do you want to be in 3 years or 5 years? Hey, 5 years from now, I want to be here. Write down a vision. Every single morning when you wake up, read the vision. What else should they do other than read the vision?
Read the vision, and then,
do some affirmations.
Yeah, affirmations.
Uh-huh.
Another thing is, if you guys can affirmations. Write down the affirmations.
Uh-huh.
I have a new vision. Do you mind me sharing?
No, go ahead.
Which
I love this. Unrehearsed.
This is something that I do is pretty big. And mind you, I had a hard time doing this. I didn't do this. I didn't do this for about a year and a half because I didn't believe it until recently. And I had wrote myself a check for $1 million that I will cash in the year of 2016. And I wrote this May 8th of 2014.
Wow.
So this is another thing, guys. I walked into the bank the other day, and the guy knows me, and he goes, "So where's that $1 million check?" And I pulled it out, and I went like this, and I said, "The time just hasn't arrived yet."
Yeah.
And he was like, he was astounded. He's like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "Wow, I've never seen that." And so, it's just that added bonus in there for you guys. I mean,
this is so freaking awesome, bro. Because I never saw the check.
I didn't show you this?
No, I didn't see this, but I see something on here that. Because I do the same exact thing, and this is something that I teach my clients to do as well too. But I see something on here that I absolutely love, that I've never seen before, and it has my favorite word in the whole entire dictionary, periodly. And it says in the memo, "I believe." I believe.
Yeah.
Dude, I know you're gonna make this a reality, but let me tell you something. I think everyone that's watching this or hearing this knows of an actor by the name of Jim Carrey. Do you know the story?
I do.
Okay, so Jim Carrey, back when he was like, I don't know, homeless, almost homeless, whatever, he wrote himself a check for I don't know how many millions of dollars. And he would take a look at that check every single day, and he would envision himself earning that much money, for a motion picture, etc. And then I don't know how many years later.
Yeah. I forgot how many years.
Yeah, I forgot how many years. Whatever. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 year or 10 years. It doesn't matter. He got to the point where he was earning a lot more than that per movie. Okay, so there is a lot of power in this.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is freaking awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that, because what that's gonna do right there is gonna create accountability.
I know. I sent it to everyone in my family. My mom.
And now you just said, look, you have no idea. We're getting thousands of downloads on these podcasts every single week. So now thousands of people are going to be holding Adrian Hernandez. You know what? We should all follow that journey.
Yes.
Okay. How can they connect with you on Facebook?
You guys can go to facebook.com/Adrian Hernandez.
Okay.
Or you can visit my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Real Estate by Adrian.
Awesome. And we'll put that in the show notes. So when you go to shaddybazzy.com, you'd be able to just click the link and be taken to those pages, because we're all going to hold you accountable to making that $1 million.
Yes.
So it's awesome. All right, a little bit more now. I want to go back, because we covered a lot on the mindset. And the reason being I wanted to spend that much time on the mindset is because I seen you go through the transition of, someone who's kind of believing in himself to someone who's majorly believing in himself. And then I seen your income go from whatever it was to what it is right now. And then you're driving a nice car, and right now you just got a brand new BMW. You dressed up in, nice suits and the whole shabam. You know what I mean? People see I want to be like this guy, etc. Okay. So just back to the prospecting, etc. Okay. So when did you start prospecting? How many months ago? How many years ago?
2 years ago.
So you started prospecting 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what numbers would be. You don't have to give me any specific numbers. You might not even know the specific numbers, but just want to know, back then, did it take you more conversations to set an appointment than it does right now?
Oh yeah. Back then, I didn't have any business. There wasn't anything for me to do. All I did was prospect all day long, and I wasn't very successful at it.
Okay. And now you're successful at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now my conversion ratio is just. Yeah.
Okay, so now your conversion ratios are way better. Obviously, in order for you to increase your conversion ratio, you have to increase your skill set.
It's my skill set, absolutely.
Okay, so you practice what, 30 minutes a day? You said role play, etc.
At least a minimum of 30 minutes a day.
Okay, 30 minutes every single day. Okay, what do you do every single day? You practice a specific script, or do you practice objection handling? Do you practice qualifying? Do you practice listing presentation, buyer presentation? What do you practice every single day?
Yeah. I go off of what I feel I need to work on for that week.
Okay.
If I don't, then I'll hop into some good objections, some good dialogues that I need to plug into. If I learn something new, if I catch something new from your NLP, and if I catch something new from your real estate sales mastery, I'll be like, okay, this is what I'm going to study that day, or this is what I'm going to study that day.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't have like a set right now. I did last year. Last year I took it by blocks. I started off with just listed, just sold. I went to expireds. I went to objections from expireds. I went to FSBOs, objection to FSBOs. So that I took it to where now I'm just pretty much revisiting the stuff that I had already.
Can I put you on the spot?
Yeah, please.
Can we do a role play?
Yeah.
Can we do, what do you want to do, expired? You want me to be an expired? Do you be the agent?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so I am the expired. Call me up.
Okay, ring, ring.
Hello?
Yeah, looking for Shaddy.
He's not here.
Let's redo that one. I said I was looking for Shaddy, and I went, oh shit.
All right, let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Okay, ring, ring.
Hello?
Yeah, Shaddy.
Yes.
Shaddy, this is Adrian Hernandez with Intero Real Estate. Listen, I'm giving you a call. I noticed your home just came up on my computer as an expired listing. Just a little curious, when you initially had your home on the market, where were you going? What were your dreams, Shaddy?
I don't think that matters anymore.
Okay.
You know, obviously our home is not available for sale right now. We got a bunch of calls, and the only thing I want right now is for you guys to just take me off your freaking damn list.
Okay.
Can you do that for me, please?
Yeah. I'll definitely take you off my list once we get off the phone here. However, I'm just a little curious, Shaddy. I mean, what was so important about you selling this home, and why'd you even list it?
Well, you know, we wanted to sell the house because, you know, we wanted to move into a bigger home. So we don't want to move out of the area. We love the area. We just wanted a bigger home. But obviously, the property didn't sell. Our agent says the market is not good right now. So you know, we're just gonna stay off. What's it called? But will you take me off the list?
Yeah, I will. So what I hear you saying here, Shad, is you wanted a bigger home. You wanted the same neighborhood. However, it sounds like your agent said that the market wasn't moving now.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I mean, what's so important about this big home, Shaddy?
Well, you know, we got my in-laws moving in with us. You know, they're elderly, and you know they want to move in with us, so we need that extra space for the in-laws.
Okay, so the importance is the in-laws moving in. I don't think you want them moving into your home here and now, do you?
I'm kind of glad it didn't sell yet, so I'll just buy it a little bit more time.
Buy a little bit more time,
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't tell my wife, please.
No. When are they moving in?
By the end of the summer.
They're moving in by the end of the summer. So what I hear you saying is that you guys want to be into a bigger home to move your in-laws in by the end of the summer. Is that right?
I'm thinking that the bigger the home is, the more distance there is between my bedroom and their bedroom. No, I'm joking about that. Yeah, but yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And ultimately, I mean, that sounds like it's important to you and your wife, isn't it? Getting your in-laws into your home?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely. And Shaddy, do you feel like by ultimately getting into that bigger home, you're going to be able to have your in-laws move in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you want to move into the home you're in now?
No.
No, you didn't want to do that, right? No. Shaddy, listen, man, I know that you were on the market sometime. However, I know it's important to you to get into a bigger home. I'm going to be by your area, taking off a sold sign off a property right around the corner. How about I do this? I just want to stop by for 5 minutes. I just want to show you the importance of you getting into a bigger home. You say that the last agent said that the market sucked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little curious. My company sold 60 homes in your neighborhood, Shaddy, and I was hoping that one of those homes would be yours. I mean, do you know why your home didn't sell?
No.
No? I'm curious here, Shaddy. When will be a good time that I can stop by to show you exactly why your home didn't sell? Would 4 or 5 be best?
You know what? Like I said, you know, I'm just going to stay on hold right now. We're really not interested in a meeting with anyone. But look, if you want to call me next month, you sound like a very nice guy.
Okay.
I feel that, you know, you're a good guy. Definitely would love to remain in contact with you. Why don't you just call me next month?
Okay. Yeah, I will. You said next month, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Is there a specific time I can give you a call next month?
No, just, you know, call me in about 30 days or so.
30 days or so. Okay, terrific. Now, being the fact that we are in June, Shaddy, 30 days is going to take us to July, right?
Right.
You said the in-laws are moving in by the end of July?
End of August.
The end of August. So that means you only have 60 days from
Pretty
the beginning
much.
of July to get your home on the market and get it sold.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And what's going to happen if the home doesn't sell then? I mean, are you just going to move them into your home, or?
All right, man. I get where you're going. Why don't you come on over this evening? Let's talk.
Terrific. Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't know if that's what you wanted or not.
No, it's not. It's not about what I wanted. You know, it could have gone either way or anything like that. I think what came out of this is what I wanted to demonstrate to everyone here, and it was a perfect demonstration, is that he was not using a script. what he did, if you're familiar with anyone's script, he was not using their script. Okay? And the point that I want to make out of this is that, he's already got the scripts down. He's got the foundation. He spent more time talking about what was important to me. He was able to connect. I felt a connection with you. I really did. I already have a connection with you, but I was trying to do a real role play. I felt a connection with you. I think you guys felt, that we were in rapport. He kept on bringing up, what was important to me. And then, he brought on the pain. Like, you don't want your in-laws to move into this house, right? I was like, all right, man, I threw in the towel. Let's meet. So I want to say it's an excellent role play, regardless of how you feel. But you know what? We're going to go somewhere else with this right now, okay? I'm going to say it was an excellent role play. And then you ended the conversation by saying, I'm not sure if that's what you want. It's not about what I want. I'm just curious, and I'm putting you on the spot right now. I'm just curious to find out, why did you say that?
Well, because I have had some powerful role plays in my past, and so I just felt like it was one of my weaker role plays, that's all.
Okay. And that right there, what you just said right now, is a demonstration of exactly how powerful you are. Because there's someone out there that's watching this that's going to comment right below this video and or on iTunes saying, hey, Adrian, I'd love to role play with you because you are a powerful person. If you're telling me that's part of your weakest, my God, you are a very, very, very powerful person. So again, buddy, accept the greatness.
I agree.
Accept the greatness, because you're too great. So I know that was kind of putting you on the spot, but I just wanted to say
no worries.
that was very, very, very awesome. Want to do some more role play?
We can.
What is the most common objection that you get when calling expired?
Oh, most common one. It's funny. Actually, lately I've been coming across we want to wait a couple of months until we list.
Okay.
We feel like we've wasted our time. We want to wait a couple of months until we relist.
Okay, so Adrian, we want to wait a couple of months to relist. Call us in a couple of months.
Okay. So Shadi, what I hear you saying is you want me to give you a call in a couple of months.
That's exactly what I said.
That's exactly what you're saying. Okay. Now, Shadi, I have a quick question for you. Are you aware of the problem that poses for you on losing out on the opportunity of selling your home now?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, right? And that is exactly why you should invite me over, so I should show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So would 5 or would 6 o'clock be best?
Awesome. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Let me tell you why, because there's another point I wanted to demonstrate right here. And let's do a disclaimer. Was this rehearsed?
No.
Because all the major points I want to hit are being hit. I think it's because I'm a good salesperson and I know exactly what questions to ask to get that out of you. I don't know. All right, bragging rights, whatever. Okay. The point is, he took an objection. He repeated exactly what I said, which we always say, repeat and approve.
Repeat and approve.
Okay. And then you used like one quick liner, and then you said that's why you should meet with me. So what you did right there is you went for the close.
Of course.
You went for the close. Okay. And I obviously said yes. So now my question to you is, does that work 100% of the times?
It doesn't know, but what they will say is, well, what do you mean? Or they'll be like, well, what is it that you're talking about?
Yeah.
And then I can I go off of that and then I move in a different direction.
Okay, so basically, he is moving them from wherever they were to where he wants to take them. So now you're leading the conversation.
Exactly.
This is what we call, in the Real Estate NLP Academy, this is what we call pacing and leading.
Pacing and leading.
Awesome. All right, perfect. So that was, I think we did very good with the role plays. Is there anything else you want to say to be complete? Anything else you want to say to anyone that's watching this video? Any bits of advice, etc.?
Besides take your courses? No. I honestly feel, guys, not that Shadi's my coach, but the NLP courses, I mean, it's phenomenal. You guys have learned some amazing things off of there. A lot of my skill set rose from actually watching that. I haven't even have it mastered. I think I watched it about 3 or 4 times, and I'm still learning from it every single time.
Thank you for that.
So with that is huge, and then Elite Sales Mastery. I talked to Sohail. He's doing hundreds of deals, and he's like, "Bro, I'm listening to this thing every morning. You're plugged in, right?" And I'm like, "I'm plugged in."
Yeah.
So
Thank you for
it's
that.
huge.
Thank you for that. And you know what? I think it'd be a great idea to do a webinar training for all our podcast listeners to expose them to the specifics of Elite Sales Master and take everyone through the 6 steps in the sales process. So I am going to be doing a webinar on that 100% free training. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go to shadybazzy.com and make sure that you subscribe to our newsletter so you can be notified of when that comes up. So if anyone wanted to get a hold of you, we've already given them your YouTube channel, your Facebook page. Any other way if somebody's got a referral for you, you're in the Inland Empire, Rancho Cucamonga area.
Yeah, I'm in the Inland Empire, which is Rancho, Claremont, Upland. I do cover part of, LA County, Laverne, and then that way, Fontana, Rialto.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so if anyone wants to get a hold of them, get a hold of him. I promise you he'll take very good care of your referrals. With that said, again, thank you very much. And for all the listeners, I want to thank you, number one, for giving us your listening, giving us the opportunity to provide you with this valuable information. Our purpose, our vision and commitment is to impact your life and your business. And if you feel like we've delivered on that today, then my request is that you do the following. Go to iTunes, and for instructions you can go to resmpodcast.com. Leave us a 5-star rating and a positive review. And if you know someone else other than yourself who could benefit from this interview, from this conversation, from this podcast, then I would really appreciate that you forward the link to this video and or audio to them. Other than that, we're doing a segment every single Wednesday that's called Q&A Wednesday, where every single Wednesday I answer your questions, whatever your specific questions are. So if you have a specific question or a topic that you'd like me or Adrian or any one of us to do a video about, then you can go to resmquestions.com and just type in your question there. And I'll make sure that we do a video and cover the topic. Adrian, thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all your words of wisdom and your contribution today. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye-bye.